Thank you so much for turning up in such huge numbers. No surprise when Mr. Prakash Raj is on stage. Kerala loves you, sir, as you know it already. It's my pleasure to host you. And, we've already had an introduction. And this is a man who doesn't need an introduction. And when he's on stage, every minute counts. So I'm going to straight get into the question so that we can squeeze out every bit of you for the next 1 hour.
Hi, everyone. Love you, Chalam. It's a joy to be here. I thought I'll not make it. I was stuck in the traffic. I thought I'll have Paragon food today. After that, I thought I'll have a half an hour nap. Then I had to go to an interview and what traffic in Calicut. But luckily, I made it. I thought I should be saying sorry, but no, I came on time. Love you all and love to be here, love to continue the conversation. Yes.
Yes. So I'm so glad that we have somebody like you to talk about today's topic, which is star power and statecraft. So to anybody, these two terms can't be more different. They belong to two different worlds. But if we look at what we have seen, there's plenty of examples of, people who are superstars who have crossed into statecraft, and in statecraft where people use their star power. So before we get into that, I would like to ask you, you yourself as somebody who is a star, you are in the limelight always, but you have seamlessly moved to not statecraft, but politics. Tell us, how do you kind of string these two worlds together? Do you feel any contradictions?
I'll tell you, but in Kerala, they don't accept it. They don't love me as an actor. They love me for my voice, for what I stand for. And I love them because they don't see me as an actor. Because the respect and love I get from Kerala is for what I stand. And I also happen to be an actor. I am not an actor who happens to be an activist. It's the other way around. Stardom, yes, it's not a humble statement. I have not become a star because of not only my talent or the roles I have played. The stardom is a commercial world in this cinema. So, a character actor, a villain, a comedian, or whatever it is, not a hero in the word cinema. Why am I a star actor? Is because there's a very interesting poet who said there are 21 heroes and they need one villain to show the finger at. So probably the fans of all those, the so-called cinema stars has rubbed it on me. It's a little borrowed stardom. But I'm fine with such allegations, which actually helps me. And to bring both the world together, I have never confused my profession with what I believe in. And for the most of the stars, that is their vulnerable point, because that position is questioned, that wealth is questioned. That stage, the dais they are standing is questioned because that is the threat. And so they are afraid, or because that is the vulnerability, so they don't question the system. So that they don't want to lose because they find that is rich. But with how I have been able to handle it is because I more love the richness within. So I tell them I am rich enough to lose. I think that is the way life should be, because what I lose doesn't matter to me anymore. What me being open, me being vocal, me being me, gives me a great liberation, a freedom to breathe easily, that I don't have to be nice, I don't have to act off camera too. I don't have to lie, and I don't have to face the guilt of being silent when something is happening. So this is how I deal with it, and the strength to deal with it has come not just because of me. It is the wonderful literature, the wonderful exposure I've had to different theatre forms, to literature, to great personalities in my life. They have enriched me, they have given me, they have that strength to withstand this so-called bigotry, trolls, or the threats they give. So I believe our fear is their power, and when you're not afraid, they're powerless.
Okay, you're right. If you look at the industry, entertainment industry now, not many people have the luxury or the courage to stand up to what they believe in. We'll come to that later. But, just talking about this intersection of these two terms, a lot of people have successfully done it. If you look at the example of J. Lalita, if you look at, other stars like Kamal Hassan or even N.T. Ram Rao, they have been in the limelight as superstars, and then they walk the corridors of power with that ease. So do you think that their star power helped them in their statecraft? How do you look at that?
I don't know. Yes, there is MGR, there is NTR. There has been a non-electoral politics of Dr. Rajkumar from Karnataka. See, this country, they have misused that love of the people. I don't know. See, let us discuss about what they actually did. We have talking examples of stars. How much of statecraft did they know? Now, when NTR comes into power, talking about rekindling the Telugu pride. But was it governance? When NGR came, he talked about a common man's language of his hunger, freebies. Yes, they were good. They were good-hearted. But when you talk about the statecraft and revolutions or reasoning they have done, no. We'll have to be very honest with that. Or a great power like Dr. Rajkumar, who never came into politics, but being non-political, he could actually usher a great movement like Gokak Chaluvali of Karnataka. Jayalalitha ji, some may differ with me, is just not a star. It is little taken the shine from MGR and other things, those sort of things. Rajinikanth has failed. Kamal is struggling. Now the narratives have changed. Yes, this country needs one leader, one star, one charisma. Now somebody else has stolen the thunder. Somebody has designed his costumes, designed his speeches, designed his narrative. And I think there is no future for any film actor to become a star leader because someone just stole the thunder, and he knows how makeup works, how costume works, how just, taking things happen. So we are in that period of actors getting jobless. Actors cannot become stars anymore. Or he's a pan-Indian star now. The pan-Indian star who can mop a floor of a temple and walk on a red carpet. A pan-Indian can walk over a bridge and check it if it is going to break because of his weight. A pan-Indian who can change costumes like no other actor or actresses can change, his makeup department, the time he takes to the angles, camera. The only actor in this country who knows where the cameras are. And so the narratives have changed, but the truth remains that over the period of time, when this god, a demigod, we need one big star, which has been an innocent or an ignorant want of a common man, has been misused, and now it is put into right misuse.
Okay, great. So good that you spoke about politicians or leaders who are becoming actors or better actors, because we've seen enough of actors becoming politicians. They're not just actors, as you said, they are showmen. And, whether you like him, loathe him, there is nobody who has mastered this art of showmanship to perfection than Prime Minister Modi.
Just give him some awards. No, why the country? A showman and actor should get awards and some good payment.
Okay. So, he hasn't
No,
still won that award.
Also, there is a question. No, we as a citizen, we'll have to think of narratives these showmen build. See, let us not complain because it is their survival or whatever ideology they want to repress. There may be other masters behind them to be that. But as a country, what we have to understand, we call it mother of democracy. We say there is federalism in this country. Every state has its own beauty, its own things to bring to the table. We need a lot of people to build this country. This whole process of either a film star or a political star or a showman, 70 years, more than 70 years of independent, why did they plan, how did they plan to see to it, to tell a common understanding to a voter that a voter doesn't choose a prime minister. A voter doesn't choose a chief minister. The democracy, the system was designed to tell the voter to elect his representative only. Now on this man, even a donkey will win. How is that possible? How has that become possible in this country? He is the star campaigner. Now you see, he will mop the floor of a temple. Show me one more MP doing it. No, he will only do it. He will only check, not the engineer. He will only check. So what the narrative we have to think is, why are we getting trapped into this narrative? After 70 years, more than 70 years of independence, why are the same issues still alive? Whether it is poverty, whether it is joblessness, whether it is equal health, whether it is education, whether it is equality, whether it is inclusiveness, it is still vibrant because all these so-called stars, all these so-called showmen are saying, without me who? And what is the end result? It has only multiplied. So we as a country, we as a citizen, we should only give them awards, give them payments, take their photos and, love their performance. We should clap hands, but don't give the country to them. That is a narrative we need to think now. Because again, discussing this, we are actually talking of something which is not going to be relevant at all. At the point of time, I can make comments on Modi or I can comment, that's it. It is just complaining. But it is like, there is a big football game going and they are giving us a feeling that we are in the game. But we should realize we are actually the ball. All of them are kicking us around. Until and unless we understand this and we say, now these leaders, are they leaders because they gave us a vision? No. Do they have solutions? No. I am the showman. I have the money. I have the muscle power. This is what we need to question.
So there's a lot of, as you said, the PR work and, photo shoots and the petal showering. Everything happens as part of brand building.
He has 632 hairs here, 632 hairs there. Clearly designed.
Yeah, they're putting the spotlight on you, sir. Yeah. So I was saying, all these brand building that happens and, the posturing of the, people throwing petals, and it's all done for social media, television, people consume it. But my question is it just one-sided, or are we as people who are so used to, star worship, we love our stars, are we also contributing to this narrative by willing to suspend our, political astuteness and then giving it all and worshipping a hero that we believe would change the country?
This PR building, this is all so glossy, and you should understand this mafia. Whether it is commerce, whether it is the brands, even not only the politicians, even a shirt or a t-shirt. You have seen this mafia, this design where they just want to sell. They want you to earn the money to buy it. And they know what you want. They have the information what you want. They know which street you're in. Even the politicians, they know in a ward in which street how many voters are there. Who is tilting towards what? What are their faiths? What do they eat? What do they wear? So these are all, you'll have to look at the larger picture and understand that we are all getting into a trap. Because it is becoming that, see, today you talk against Modi, then they'll say you're Congress. You talk against this, you say this side. Everybody wants to take sides. Everybody wants, it's watching it like a match. We are all watching it like a match. And we get that little happiness that somebody whom we don't like fails. Or we feel bad when somebody who wants us to win. That is not that way. I'll tell you, if you choose right, the beauty of politics, beauty of this structure is, if you choose the right person, you win. If you don't choose the right person, you lose. Losing and winning is not a problem for them. Because if you see all the politicians of all the political parties, this fellow owns a bar in this fellow's building. They are fine with that. This is what we need to understand. These sort of discussions when we talk, yes, PR building. We should not be in awe of it. We should understand the politics behind it, the agenda behind it. The agenda behind it.
So, this awe that you're talking about and this psychophancy, the idol worship that we do, it didn't start or it's not going to end with Narendra Modi. We know what happened when Indira Gandhi was in power. We know the slogan of India is Indira and Indira is India. And it has occurred several times in our political history. And I have to say it in this context that even in a state like Kerala, where we are so proud of our political astuteness, there is a hero, we are going down that path. There is a sense of hero worship to our leaders. So why do you think that people are just falling for it, whether it is BJP, whether it is Pinarayi Vijayan, or any leader for that matter?
See, I'm not saying that it's just Modi ji. I've been clear with everybody it is there, but have we learned the lessons from them? So you should understand whether any leader or any person, if he is a leader for more than 10 years, he will fall in love with his own voice. We should understand that. Whoever it is, however great it is, psychologically, anybody is given a power for more than 10 years, they lose their ears. It's our job to put people in place. Because let us not suffer for what they lose of judgment, their loss of judgment. See, that is where we want to think. We are continuing to be argumentative Indians. We want to just win an argument. There is no dialogue here. So they were talking about this temple building now. I said recently, I was just gave an interview. I said, I have no problem with Ram Bhakts, Hanuman Bhakts, Yesu Bhakts, Allah Bhakts. I have a problem with Andha Bhakts. Andha Bhakts of all religion. They are the problem. Why are we not understanding that? So what you say is it has been happening. It has been happening throughout. That's what I am saying. From the last 70 years, we have had charismatic leaders. We have had stars. We have seen everybody doing their own PR business. See, now we are talking about, let's talk about how they do it. I'll give you one example. The cricketers, West Indian cricketers were very famous for fast bowling. The whole batting community or a tribe tried to find how to battle it out. And the next generation of bowlers in the evolution found out a slower ball. Now the batsman has to start judging how's the slower ball. Similarly, during Hitler, Mussolini or the right-wingers then, they used media, they saw to it that the news doesn't go there. Cut it so that this news doesn't go there. Now you can't stop the news. Now this media, this regime sees to it that the news goes, but fake news goes. Louder than the real news. So you should understand this politics. At all time, these so-called charismatic leaders or star power or with their PR is going to keep the people in awe. But there has been no use because of us who have just seen it in awe, or we have fallen into a trap. The trap is such that if they want to rob the bank or a temple of a village, first they will burn down the village. When all of us are there, they'll take it off. That's how they will deviate scripts, deviate subjects, bring something else. So this we need to understand. It has been happening for decades, centuries. We should realize they are not permanent. We are permanent. It is we who are going to suffer. And I'm not in my horizon, wherever I'm not seeing a single leader evolving, emerging in this country. We have no time for that. There's only hope for this country is we evolve.
People?
We, the citizens, evolve and show them their place. There is no other hope in this country. It is just going to be two players saying, this club is winning, that club is winning, this is better, that is better. Nobody will win. We will not win. The game is for us to win. We will continue to lose.
When you say there's nobody and when you're vesting this power on the people, are you hinting somewhere that we don't have a strong leader to take on the Modi juggernaut?
One name. Don't call him a strong leader. Call him a good actor. As a professional actor, I'll accept it. I like people who challenge me in acting because only then I can act better. And I'm fine with it. Leader and all. See, you do what? Don't allege him. There are certain allegations you don't do. Strong leader, visionary leader, doesn't sleep for 24 hours. No, he spends 8 hours in makeup, 6 hours in costume. Don't give me all that. Yeah, tell me. What I'm saying is I'm having a serious conversation. You tell me, whom do you find? Whom do we trust? Whom do we believe? Show that. And they are not important is what I'm saying. See, you see, bureaucracy is an animal which can live by itself. This country or any country civilization in the last few decades is like a bullock cart, In our village, we send with whatever our goods on a bullock cart, we send it to the Santa or the marketplace. While coming back, the guy sleeps. The bullock brings it on time. We have all become bullocks and bullock carts. The country is running by itself. Nobody is running the country. Nobody is running the country. I'll tell you a simple example. There was a police commissioner and he was taking his job very seriously. I told him, you're a Hyderabad police commissioner. What do you think is the population of Hyderabad? It's a few crores. I said, what is your strength as a police? It's a few lakhs. I said, how arrogant of you. How can you control so many crores? No. As a society, we behave ourselves because we are worried, we have a conscience. What would my mother think, my father think, my neighbor thinks? 1% are wrong. You're only there for that. The country runs on itself. It is our hunger, our want, our persuasion, our lives we are struggling. They are just managing. So until and unless we realize it is our money, it is our country, it is our state, we will not get into this trap of watching a match. With my experience, I'm not seeing a hope. And that's the reason why I am not into electoral politics anymore. I have decided to be with them. I wanted to be together and be a voice from here than representing 20 lakh people and taking 20 lakh votes and becoming one vote for somebody else.
Yeah, so anyway, you've already answered my question about you are such a strong voice that stand out and call out Hindutva politics and the saffronization of the country. Why you didn't take a plunge into full-time politics, you have already answered that. But vesting this power on people, we are trusting on them, and that's the reason why every 5 years, every election, we have this hope. We have the power that, they can wield back the power and dictate the narrative of this country. But when we see this form of hero worship, and as you said, it has happened in history, maybe it will happen in future, do you feel that it is when this hero worship escalates, that is when the intolerance towards criticism, whether it's for the leader himself or for the people who vote for him, who back him, they're completely intolerant for criticism. And you see examples on social media. What is your advice for people?
Again, I'm saying the same thing. No, this sort of a hero worship is what has destroyed us. This is what has destroyed us, and we have become argumentative Indians because of that. This is exactly what I'm saying. Let us go to the issue. Let us go to the deeper roots of it. We are discussing about such great people. They have not helped. This wanting a demigod, wanting a hero, and blind faith is what is not letting the country move forward, or is what we are suffering silently. What was your next question?
I wanted to ask you, do you have any piece of advice for people who kind of succumb to the pressures of, becoming a fan and then following that fanfare?
That's okay. That's okay, but how do we also become andhabhakts to something like that? See, how do we become blind to something like that, you know, by not having a dialogue? The intolerance comes there only, no? This whole discussion, no, when I read this script, I said, now I'm going to beat this out because I don't want to talk about these. Because I'm seeing the end result of 70 years and I'm not seeing any hope. When they say, after Modi, who? That is not the dialogue narrative we need to have. We need to have now, what should we do? How do we focus on questioning, seeing closely? We are more happy sitting, but will that fellow lose there, where you are not even voting? Look how it has come, no? You are sitting on some Gujarat elections, you'll be sitting like this. You don't know Gujarat, you don't know Gujarati. It is like, no. Cricket match or a football match, people have stopped playing. Games which has to be played, no, we are watching it and we know about the ball, the pitch report, how he should hit a six, why he should score 3 runs. That means we have become lazy, we are not playing at all. It is time for us youngsters, it is time for the citizens to play the political game. It is time for us because that will empower us, that will strengthen us, that will bring the focus back. And this is this is the only way I find, and that's why I'm more into talking to people, being with the people, because I can cheat them very easily. Somebody says you can stand for elections and win what? Win and do what? Win and do what? In this system. Now elections are coming, I have 3 political parties behind me. I've switched off the phone. And sometimes I said, I have to tell you on your face, don't even come near me. Because I don't want to get into a trap. They are not come for the people, for my ideology. They find because I am a Modi basher, you are a good candidate. Because they have lost their voice because there is no truth in them. There are no candidates in this country. Do you know that?
True.
Political parties are struggling to find a representative of a constituency. How poor are we? What has this travel of so many decades has resulted? It has resulted because the so-called guys who made us watch the match have not empowered the next generation to stand up and speak, to be heard. And the people are also don't hear them. He has no money, how will he win an election? He is not from a large majority caste, how will he win an election? Does he know the dirtiness of that election? So the criteria to become leaders have changed. So this is the disease. Whoever comes, this is what we have to think. We'll have to think of our representative. It is not important if he belongs to a political party. See an individual whom you can trust. You give him the power to go there to the parliament. 500 and plus parliamentarians, the biggest democracy. How important is a parliamentarian? We are not thinking, we are not coming together at all. We are seeing the hangama, drama, and we are silent, and we think just going on the day of voting, silent majority, it doesn't work anymore. It is for us to think, because they are not finding candidates. This is the truth in this country today.
Prakash, you said it's very interesting that political parties are coming to you because they know that you are a Modi basher. You're a self-proclaimed Modi basher. So what I want to ask is, generally we say BJP is pushing that.
Come again, what was that?
No, you said.
Self-proclaimed Modi basher. No. I speak what is there in everybody's heart. That's all. It is not my voice. It is their voice. This is not my man ka baat. It is our man ka baat. Okay. Now come.
Yeah. No, because you said political parties are coming to you because you are a Modi basher.
They will come.
You created an image as a Modi basher.
In the sense, a political party which can't talk about him will come. Another political party which wants to be soft also will come. I see, I'm a wine drinker. Bottles don't matter to me. But they come with thinking that I'm a different bottle. It doesn't work with me. I know I taste the wine, both are the same.
That's interesting. So, the question that I wanted to ask you is, generally we say BJP is pushing a politics of hate. But your critics say that you also have a politics of hate because you hate Mr. Narendra Modi. Do you hate him any more?
See, this
any
is
less?
the narrative, no? I am not against Hinduism. The narrative in this country is you don't like Modi, you're anti-Hindu. Now Shankaracharya's Dharmapita gurus have become anti-Hindu. Because they are not listening to Vishwaguru. They are just gurus.
Shankaracharya
So
have refused
don't sell me that narrative. They will say it. Somebody says you are handsome, I should know I am handsome, no? Somebody says you look so young. I said I am old, I look young. I should not take it seriously. So those guys will do allegations. That narrative they will build. You talk against BJP, anybody who talks against BJP is against Ram. That is a narrative they have built. Don't get into that trap at all. The narrative now is so much which they don't ask is Ram has become Balaram. Modi is bigger. He is taking Ram for a walk. And the narratives they build.
True.
The narratives, I was talking, did I talk about the parliament attack recently?
Yes.
Did I talk now?
Yes, sure.
Did I talk, I said.
No, you didn't mention that.
The narratives they build.
Yeah.
You look at the narratives they build. And this is where I'm worried about the people, worried about us. That why are we trying to fight with the different narratives? There is a whole media which brings in a narrative on yellow bomb plastic outside the parliament. All of them are jumping and fighting for that bomb for the TRP. They will build one narrative. The opposition will sit and build, and that MP gave permission. The security is not important for these people, so ban him. That is a narrative. The ruling party says, no, the guy who came in, the young man, his picture we saw with the Trinamool MP, narrative. But where is this narrative we people should ask is, what is the narrative of the youngsters? Why are youngsters frustrated? Why did they do it? What they did may be wrong, but why did they choose that route? What about employment? Why did they take a poster to give it to Narendra Modi saying Modi is missing? Why is that girl saying save Manipur? What is the root cause? Root cause is these parliamentarians only, no? So why are we not talking about that narrative? Why are we silent about that narrative? So I said, we will also build a narrative, no? Until and unless we build a narrative, they will be selling narrative, we will be seeing web series. This is what I am worried about.
I totally agree with
They will not give a narrative that I am a Modi
back.
hater.
Modi hate.
I don't hate him. Is he my father-in-law? Or do I have some property issues with him? I am telling him, I am a taxpayer, your suits you change, glasses you wear, is my money, behave properly. Handle my money properly. I am giving salary to you, sir. I am giving salary, my money, sir. GST I am paying, TST I am paying, PST I am paying, toll I am paying, everything I am paying, sir, so that you only came and begged, no, sir. I have paid you salary and you are treating me like your servant. That doesn't work, no. I am the owner. I am not his hater. I am asking him to do his job. How am I called a hater? I am not a hater, isn't it? His mushrooms also I am paying. Mushrooms also.
Yeah. Talking about Modi bashing, what I want to ask is, if you look at, all your tweets in the last few months or over many years, you also get a little personal when you attack.
I will.
Yeah. So what can you explain?
See,
Why do you get personal?
I will ask who is in power, no? Will I tweet about Nehru? Do I tweet about Hitler? They are not even relevant to me. This man sitting there, no, I am paying him salary. I have to ask him. How can it be? It is personal, yeah. Whether I have voted for him or not voted for him, still he is my prime minister, guys. This is democracy.
So it's very
He cannot
personal.
say, you did not vote for me, you don't ask. Then you should say, reduce my tax. No. Simple. I will also buy a flight. I will also change 3 costumes. I will also do it. No. See, this is the problem. No. Why are you only... He is there. They will call me a fool if I talk about somebody else. Aurangzeb. Tippu Sultan, 8 generations back here. I was not even born. The minute he gets down, who comes? Then you will see my tweet changing. After he goes, if he goes, then why will I talk about him? He becomes irrelevant to me. For me, I love my country. I'm worried about who is deciding there. And it happens to be him. It's going to be a decade now. So my tweet for a decade will be only him. Isn't it?
Okay, taken. Okay, so my next question to you is, people say, you take on Modi, and there are a lot of people who want to and hoping that we will have a change when we have the next elections. A lot of hope in places like Kerala, West Bengal. But one big challenge people face when they have to take on the brand Modi or the saffron vehicle is, this brand building is not just one image. There is one image of Modi which is very carefully cultivated as an international global statesman. And there's another image which is like a Hindu Hriday Samrat. There's another image who's not corrupt, a nationalistic leader. And there's another image who's just doing the jadoo.
There are some
so
jokes
many
you can't
different
laugh.
images. Which image do we take on? Is it a Herculean task to take on this brand?
Why do you want to take on this brand? Send him home, no? Poor guy, let him sleep. He has not slept for many years. Sone do usko, man ki baat. Leave him, send him. Because are you done with him? Let the country decide. It will decide. Or you want to continue to suffer? Let the country decide. My job is to tell them these are the options. You want to suffer? You don't want to suffer. If you don't want to suffer, it is not on the voting day. It has to be a continuous process of dialogue like this. You don't expect only me to do it. Somebody asked me on television, why didn't you ask that question? I said, you asked that question. No, it is not my job. 24/7 on this thing. No, I am questioning and I am leading by example. I am inspiring. So it becomes our job not to sit over a drink and bash and very happy we will go home. It's not like that. You love a country. You see you are happy is not important, because if your neighbor goes tomorrow, it will be you. Do you foresee the future? Will you continue this on social media? Will you continue on your handles? Will you continue in your workplace? Will you continue thinking about it? Because you have to. You have to. Because I keep saying in every festival that the future may, and the history may forgive those who have sinned. It will never forgive those who are silent. It will never forgive those who are silent. And they asked me, sir, will you see the change in when you're alive? I said, that is not why I am doing. I need not see it. I may not be able to see it. But history will document that there was one guy who spoke. The one guy who walked a step ahead was reason for that. And that's enough. That's a large, it's no more personal to me anymore. It is the evolution for me now. As simple as that. So it becomes our job to continue the dialogue.
Yeah. So that's why we know, when Prakash Raj speaks and he speaks out, it counts, because these are the voices that, in India we want to hear. And in the next elections, there's a lot of hope. We call it a mother of elections. So do you think that India is ready to send this person home? What are your hopes?
See, there was a beautiful line. In a festival, we put these mango leaves, lot of scent, we decorate it. After the festival, a week later, it dries. And then the wind, it rattles it, irritating. But we feel like, sentiment, we can't throw it. You decide, do you want to suffer with the sentiment or throw it and have a peaceful life? That's for them to decide, for us all to decide. You should look at, like these images only you have to see.
So we have another 18.5 minutes left, and I'm sure there are a lot of questions that they want to ask.
This
from the
just
audience.
asking is important to me. Yes, we will open it for the forum.
Yes.
Raghu?
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I completely agree. And
One second. Are we okay with this discussion which was going on? Fine. And if your question should be, if you have found or you expected some more deeper or a different conversation on this, I wish that it would be your question because you are also participant. So we will make this whole dialogue what we have, enrich it more. Yeah.
Thank you. So I completely agree, and it's quite hopeful that you say that the power rests with the citizens and the common man. My question is coming from the precedence of an event that happened in Kerala. There was a very prominent actor who invoked a statement about a particular way of serving food for the common class, right? The way they used to serve in the past. Now, my anxiety or my fear was the rhetorics or the way it was portrayed was branded in a particular way that it could be consumed in a neutral fashion, like everything. The people who were supposed to take on this were mute, like most of the times, or at least their voices were not heard. And I believe that it is coming from the fact that the media is sold, everything is sold. There's a lot of resource on the other side. So for me as a common man, while I want to exercise my power, what options do I have? We have a lot of slogans like Make in India, beautiful slogans, right? I mean, hopeful slogans.
First, did you react?
What I could do was probably...
What I could do, simple question. Did you react? Did you talk about it?
Yes.
Did you talk around?
Yes.
Well, beginning. That is the beginning. Some have the chance, like I'm on a stage, people listen to me, but that is not important. Talking is important. I'll tell you a simple, okay, come. Because the question time, I want to tell a story. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Sir, my name is Savarna. I'm a great fan of yours. And my question is,
Here only, what fan are you? Tell me.
sir, my question is, in Kerala we have, if there is any movie actors is conducting election, and common people said that they don't have the experience of sticking posters and even binding the flag, then how can they conduct this election? We usually, everybody say. But if I want to ask that, being a part of this young generation, how can or how can mine like girls and boys can enter into the politics without any, without getting corrupted without getting corrupted. Like if you want to, like if I'm a person and I want to go to the politics, I have to go through the whole scenario like a bus. Like first I have to learn to stick the poster, and then I have to learn how to.
You have been misguided. You have been misguided. Whether you want it or not, you're already in politics. Every child, every citizen of this country is already in politics the minute you walk out of the door. The taxation, the road, the electricity bill, the earning. I pay income tax because I am caught, because they know I am earning this much. A common man who buys a matchbox pays his tax. Petrol pays his. So you're already in politics. Now, why you want to be in politics? To become a leader? To win election? That's a different game. I am just saying, first, since you're already in politics, realize that. Start questioning, because it is your country, because you have the power. The way you question, the way you do the movement, the way you talk the truth, they will tell you are my leader. You will represent me. Or you convince your people. They are telling you, you have to put posters, you have to earn money. If you see, they have said this because to do this, you can't do without corruption. Isn't it? So that is the trap. Don't look at it the trap. First realize whether you are a chief minister, a MLA, or a corporator, or an MP, even if you are not that, being a citizen of this country itself is the example that you are in politics already. So what we have to develop is the first political thinking, realizing that we are the politics. We are the permanent politicians of this country. Our voice matters. Whoever we represent is representing our voice. We are asking him to ask our questions. Since he has promised, we send them. That let us the people choose. So don't get into this trap of posters, building. No. First prove yourself, realize yourself that you are in politics already.
If you keep your questions short, we can have as many questions as possible from the
Somebody
audience.
will say
please.
A, B.
Sorry?
Yeah.
I'll be quick about this, ma'am. But first of all, thank you, ma'am. Very good questions. Secondly, compliments, sir. Secondly, sir, I believe Kerala also loves you as an actor. That's why you got the reception when you said, hi, chalo. You'll get the same reception anywhere in Kerala. I, for one, think you're a very good actor. So coming to my question, a very respected actor once said India is intolerant, and how India responded to that was to boycott his movie with intolerance. That's how intolerant India is. And cinema has actually took a great hit because of this. You just mentioned about being silent about things and speaking up. As an actor, you have survived this. How can other actors follow your route and be more vocal about the impact, I don't want to say right wing, about oppression has on cinema?
See, intolerant is, the agenda guys are intolerant. Some actors spoke. They said, Besharam, what is that? Rang, that Shah Rukh Khan's film? Pathan. They wanted to boycott. It became the biggest grosser. They wanted to cut Deepika's nose for Padmavati. It earned 300 crores. A film on Modi earned only 30 crores. People, intolerant people are making lot of noises. But there are majority which is not intolerant actually. So don't be afraid of that equation. And of actors being strong like me, it depends on the person with what he has enriched, what is his priorities, what it wants, what is his fears, what is his weakness. So it is a character trait, and I don't know. So what I am going to say is, I don't want to pass a judgment on them. Again, coming back to the topic, you decide who is the hero, no? You decide who is your hero. Don't let others decide your hero. No, that is our problem. We call them heroes who are not heroes. Who's not speaking your voice. Who's not being right? So you decide, no, they will not be heroes anymore. But don't expect others again, I'm saying, because they will not. They will have a lot of reasons. Their upbringing, their priorities. What is important is time has gone to look. Yes, we need inspiration. Yes, it empowers us to find some people whom we look up, stand for us in spite of whatever it is. It gives us strength. But if not, we are not ready to die, no? We'll have to fight our life. So that's what I am saying, no? We have to start the conversation from here.
Hello, sir. It was really nice listening to you speak. My question to you is, what message do you have for the youth present here? From your experiences in politics and in life, what do you have to say to the upcoming leaders? What do you have to say to them to motivate them enough to speak up and talk about and empower them to speak up and bring up their voice? I just want to know what's your take on it.
Actually, if I have to send a message, I'll SMS them. See, there's no point in telling message to the youngsters, because now I'm working with a lot of youngsters in my theatre incubator. First, let us, the so-called seniors, leave that arrogance that youngsters don't know what they want. That arrogance, because it is very relevant. They have the relevant today's issues which they are fighting together. People like us can only lead by examples the way we do. They are seeing our actions. They are seeing what we talk, how we behave. And that is where they get the inspiration, and they will learn the lessons, because survival is important and their issues are different and my issues are different. It's very easy for me to speak because I already have a stage. Lot of them don't. So it is my responsibility to get down from the stage and go among them and say, I am with you. And that is the only way. And youngsters, that's exactly what I'm, this sort of lit fest or continuous questioning, talking, not losing the energy and being always on what I believe in, is the only way I can talk to them, by leading by example and telling. It is not that one single message doesn't come. And that's why the only message, or in this stage I can say, is continue the dialogue till you win. Make it a way of life. Questioning a way of life. Just asking is a way of life. It cannot be just a trait or a fashion. You know, until and unless that happens, and until that murmur grows into a bigger sound, these fellows will not hear it. And as you murmur, as you question, you should bring in a situation in this country that a fake leader should be afraid to come and stand for elections, because they know you will remove their chaddi if they are wearing one. You know what I mean? So that fear should come seeing your strength, your expectations, that you know your rights is how it is going to be. For that, I keep asking youngsters, continue that. Because today the social media is in your hands. If the right wing can come so strongly, you are a bigger population than that. They 24/7, they get paid 2 rupees trolls or 20,000 rupees. They just sit. They are listening to somebody. It's an army which is the workers. But you guys are not army of workers. You yourselves, every single person is a big organization. Because you know aspirations. You continue with your narratives. If they are going to bring that narrative on parliament attack, you bring this narrative into it. Isn't it? See, that is the only way. Because they know social media reaches you. So they are trying to bombard. You hit back, no? You hit back with the same pace. And that is the only way you can silence them. Otherwise, they think they are winning. By shouting and muffling other voices, you cannot win. The more voices come up. They tell me they troll me too much on Twitter. I say, no, I am not trolled, I know. Because I know how many likes. What is it? There is 2 million on one thing. And there are 50,000 likes. There are around 20,000 retweets. And there are 10,000 comments. In that, there are 800 or 900. That's all. I know. I have people who love me more or more. They are just silent. So I know this power. So I'm asking you, you are actually the majority. You start raising your voice, it will be like a Mexican wave. Yeah. Wait for the mic, sir. Tell me, wherever you are. Yes, darling.
Hi, sir. My name is Monai. I'm a very huge fan of you. My question is that Rahul Gandhi is doing some things for our nation. What is your opinion about him? Can he become our next Prime Minister?
That's why should we decide next president? Rahul Gandhi is good. I have met him. I have spoken to him. What he tried with Bharat Jodo Yatra, or the Congress today saying why they are not going to Ram Temple, is a very positive response. At the same time, looking at Rahul Gandhi, don't also question other certain bigots in Congress too. You get my point? Yes, Rahul Gandhi from Wayanad, fine. Rahul Gandhi is leading. He is trying to clean up his party, his representatives. Let us support him. But if he is going to stand by one bigot just because he is in the party, you should question him too. You get my point? Again, okay. Let us not get into. He is good, fine. This Jignesh Mewani has come down. Kanaya Kumar has come down. There are a lot of youngsters who have come down. There is a process of killing, but there are also old horses who are still holding him and pulling Rahul Gandhi back too, no? So you help him in cleaning that too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Don't play politics, give mic to them also. Last benchers are the future.
Sir, my question is about world politics. As you talked about how being silent is not right, and there is something going on in the world that most of the world is being silent about. And isn't it our responsibility to talk about it? Because this could be our reality very soon. Minorities being washed away, killed away, could be our reality very soon. So what is your take?
You're talking about Palestine.
Yes, sir.
I am with you. Because Che Guevara once said, the greatest line of Che Guevara I loved is, after he finished fighting for a country, he said, I am free. Is there any problem in any other country? I'll go there. That should be the spirit of human race because we are world citizens. And recently, one Congress government did not let us to read poetry on Palestine. And the police official stopped us. And we all together came and we sent such strong message that CM said sorry. He gave orders. And now we could hold our poetry sessions. It is very important. At the same time, during Palestine, somebody says they say Nyaya, this side or that side is not important. You can't be this side or that side. What you have to see is Palestine just needs justice. It is their land, give to them. What they do with it is none of our problem. Let us fight for that justice. Palestine is weak, they are big, they don't know how to develop. That is not your problem. Serve justice. For that justice, it is very important as human beings, if we are going to be a part of this evolution where we are becoming human, we are becoming world citizens, any corner of the world a child cries, it should hurt you. Any woman cries, any minority suffers, it should be your pain. You're right, we have to raise the questions. I've been doing it, most of us have been doing it. We have to tell them that we are there for them, because the only thing we can give to another human being is the belief that human beings are still alive. There is a human being who will reach out to me. You're right, I'm with you.
Hi, sir. My name is Haridra. I'm a law student. Here. No. We know that BNS, Bharatiya Nyaya Sankhita, is coming, and IPC is being replaced with that. And so that according to BNS, hunger strike is also can be punished with imprisonment of 1 year. In this era of being punished for raising voice or protesting, what do you think is the right way to protest?
Protest stronger. Protest stronger. That is the only way. Let them touch us. They will do all that just because they have the intentions. They want, this is another way of dissent, silencing dissent. We should continue to protest stronger. See, because we should be ready to take some suffering. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Because otherwise, it's going to be a slow death. That is wrong. We have to. Like the truck drivers came. Didn't they make him go on his knees? We, in this last decade, have had the biggest protest in the world, the farmers' strike. That means it works. They can't get away. When the NRC and the CRR came, there was a protest. The whole country woke up. They had to take a step back. Those monsters will take a step back. This will not work. We will protest stronger. That's the only way.
Unfortunately, sorry to be the spoiler here, our time is up.
There's another channel.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Prakash, for this very thought-provoking session. And as you yourself said, when you reflect the likes and dislikes of people, we will listen to you.
Can I take 2 minutes?
Yes, please.
I just want to take 2 minutes. And I want to tell a story of a tortoise. Because I'm doing a theatre now. We have a 5-hour work. We are reaching around 850 residential schools of Karnataka. Around 2.5 lakh children. Because I thought the protest, my politics should be to theatre also. There is a story of a small little story of a tortoise and 2 cranes, kokkara. A lake dies and the kokkaras decide to leave. And the tortoise says, I've been a good friend, please take me too. And he says, you are a very talkative tortoise, like Prakash Raj. So if you stop talking, we will take you. And it says, I'll stop talking. So they take a stick, they start flying, and the tortoise is holding the stick. And then because it continues to talk, it talks something, falls down and dies. That was the story. So we've made a play out of it, like many plays for children. The play gets over and the tortoise comes back and says, I did not die. Why will I die? I have a very strong back. I did not die. What died was your lake. Because you tell me I don't speak. Because of me speaking, I didn't die. Because you not speaking, your lake dies. Your country dies. And so we end the play saying, please, speak something, please. If you don't speak, if you don't make your voice heard, this is a story from Panchatattva we extended by telling children, speak up, question. Because if we don't speak, we will not. If we keep complaining, talking among friends and brooding, and that is not the relevant protest and relevant dialogue we need to have. Let's all together keep asking, just asking. Let's raise our voice. Thank you. Love you as usual. Love you so much.
Yes, it was an extraordinary session. Thank you, Prakash Raj and Anjana Sankar. Thank you, audience, for your immense support.